So I'm here at MIPJunior and I bumped into Paul Robinson, president of Kartoon Channel. How are you doing, Paul?
I'm good, nice to see you. Thank you, Justin. Yeah, great to be here.
Yeah, well, fantastic to see you. You're a veteran of the kids industry. I'd love to hear about how the kids industry is performing. It's a very difficult time for the TV industry overall right now, but what are the particular challenges the kids market is facing right now?
I think it's quite difficult because there's obviously lack of confidence in the business. Generally, buying is down, people are deferring decisions. Prices are generally going downwards, not upwards. But, the demand for kids doesn't really change. I mean, kids is something that every platform wants. Kids are always going to be part of our lives. Kids are always going to want great content. And kids is also very good for anti-churn. You think about pay platforms, the big thing is they get customers in, they pay to get a customer, and then they lose a customer. So if you can hang on to that customer, it's a lot cheaper than paying to get a new customer. So kids is really good because no one wants a dispute in their household. No one wants to say, you can't have your favorite show anymore. Oh, I'll keep the kids subscription then. So kids is a really important genre, but no, not without challenge. I mean, there's been a lot of discussion in the UK about more subsidy from government, about more support. And that's the case in many markets. I think currently it's quite tough. There's also a move towards more known brands. Definitely people are buying shows they know, brands that are trusted, because when you navigate now in the digital world, you look at your EPG or you look at your rail and you think, oh, I know that brand and I go to that. So quite hard for new content to break through at the moment, I think. But look, it goes in cycles. It's currently quite tough. I'm very optimistic. There's always going to be a need for kids content. So I don't think the long-term future is bleak at all. I think it's very rosy.
So tell me about Kartoon Channel then. I mean, what are you doing? Are you buying or selling?
We at Kartoon Studios that owns Kartoon Channel, we're a New York Stock Exchange quoted company. We create a lot of content. We're an original content creator. Our CEO, Andy Hayward's the man who invented Inspector Gadget, and he's never looked back from that. And we produce our own original animated series every year. That gives us rights worldwide. It also gives us a unique selling point. This is content no one else has, and that makes us stand out from the other big competitors. You've got to have something unique to offer, otherwise why would they deal with you? So the originals are a really important part of our strategy. We also do live action originals, and recently had a lot of success with gaming, particularly a show called Roblox Rumble, which is really simple. If you look at the data, about 2/3 of kids in every country in the world, between about 5 and 12, play Roblox. And it's a really popular format because kids learn cheats, how to be better at Roblox. They see other kids playing, pick up tips and things. And it's also something you can format. So we've just done an Asian version with a whole load of Malaysian kids.
So lots of people have talked about linear TV and predicting the death of it, right? And there's an enormous amount of disruption happening in the market right now. How do you see linear TV in the future?
I think pay TV is difficult. I mean, in America now, about 50% of viewing only is to linear, and that's going to decline further. In some markets in the world, 85–90% is still linear. You take Africa, for example, VOD on demand, not really there. It's all about linear, and it will be like that for 10 more years. But I'd also say that, here at MIP, one of the hottest topics is FAST. And FAST is another linear type channel, free advertising supported linear TV. So linear is not dead because everyone has a time when they don't want to make a decision, and linear is an easy way. You turn it on and there it is. So the rise of FAST is really just more linear. But I think the two are going to coexist and they'll find an equilibrium at some point.
So one of the key topics and trends at the moment that everyone's talking about on the Croisette is AI, artificial intelligence. I would imagine artificial intelligence is set to have a huge impact on animation. How do you see that?
Yeah, I think it is. I think for good. I mean, I see AI as a tool. I don't see it replacing human creativity. All AI can do is come up with ideas based on other ideas. It can't come up with something amazing, fresh that you've never seen before. And that's always going to be required. Great creatives, great writers, they're not going to go away. But, some of the more mundane things, like for example, rendering, rendering and animation, you can ask AI to do it, and then human being has to say, well, I quite like that, but can you change that, or can you change that? But that could be automated. Original idea generation, again, can be automated. So AI can be great there. AI can be great in dubbing. Already if you're a factual documentary producer or you're doing natural history shows, many of those voiceovers now are AI voices and sounding pretty good. over time, lip sync dubbing is going to also be done via AI, and that'll be a major boon and will bring content to countries, particularly smaller countries, where dubbing's too expensive. It will bring localization to those countries. That will be a benefit. So I think AI has to be seen as a tool. At the moment, people in America are, saying, oh, jobs are going to go. I think jobs are going to change, but they always do. The trick is, if you've got something to offer that's creative and only a human being can do, you're completely safe.
Paul Robinson, Cartoon Channel, thank you so much for joining me.
Great pleasure. Thank you, Justin.